for mishandling Hemanta's departure from the Congress party. Azad spoke exclusively with CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh about his book and his turbulent relationship with Congress. Listen in.
At the CWC meeting, there were people who actually attacked you and criticized, and they've also called you agents of the BJP.
No, Rahul Gandhi himself said.
He called you an agent of the BJP?
He said that this letter is written by BJP. He didn't blame me only. He said all those 23, the letter itself is written by BJP.
You know, Mr. Anna, in your book, you talk about state by state.
If senior people like us, we were about 13, 14 ex-cabinet ministers, 6 ex-chief ministers, and maybe more than that. How could he say that this letter has been written by Modi and we have signed this? This letter is BJP.
It's interesting you say that, because I'm going to talk about the coterie culture later, but I'm going to quickly talk about this book, because you talk about state by state decline of the Congress party, and there are 2 interesting states you talk about. Punjab, which I saw myself, how Captain Amrinder Singh, again a senior CM, and the way he was removed. And you talk about an interesting incident of Hemanta Biswa Sarma and the whole Piddi story. But the interesting point is this was Sonia Gandhi's decision that Hemanta Biswa Sarma should become the CM. Rahul Gandhi overruled it, and Sonia Gandhi preferred her son's word over her own word.
Yeah, this is what I have said also, that she should have risen to the occasion and she should have asserted herself, which she did not.
Son's love, do you think that is also what has brought the party down? Would you say that's the reason why the party? Because many who leave the party say this, that Rahul Gandhi's staccato style of politics, stubborn, not willing to listen to the seniors, and he wants to build up his own group. You think that is the undoing of the Congress party? You agree with them?
Making his own group, we don't mind, but his own group has also left. All the young people have left. Where are those young people? Those young people have left much before I left.
Good evening. Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. You're watching Nation at 5 with me, Ridhima Bhatnagar. Our top focus, there has been a supreme snub for the opposition. The top court, the apex court, has rejected the plea by 14 opposition parties alleging the misuse of central agencies. We'll talk about all that and a lot more over the next 60 minutes. But first, cutting across to a press conference coming in by the BJP.
सारे पत्रकार बंधुओं को नमस्कार। और जैसा आपने देखा कि बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण प्रेस वार्ता चल रही थी, लेकिन एक और विषय जो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है पूरे देश के लिए, हर नागरिक के लिए, वो हमारे समक्ष आया और ये आवश्यक हो गया था कि आप सबसे हम लोग अपने विचार साझा करें। और आज जो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा है वो आप सबके समक्ष रखें। सबसे पहले मैं बताना चाहूंगा, पिछले 9 वर्ष से श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी देश की सेवा में पूरी तरह से समर्पित हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक नीति है जीरो टॉलरेंस फॉर करप्शन। और हमने देखा किस तरह से कोई जांच एजेंसी हो, निष्पक्ष तरीके से जो भी भ्रष्टाचारी है उस पर कार्रवाई कर रही है, उसको पकड़ रही है। ये जो भ्रष्टाचारी नेता हैं, कई विपक्ष में जो हैं, ये लोग न्यायालय जाते नहीं अपना मुकदमा रद्द कराने, क्योंकि इनको डर है कि जब हलफनामा देंगे, तथ्य सामने आएंगे तो मुकदमा रद्द नहीं होगा। तो इन्होंने 14 ऐसे दल थे जो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय गए और इन्होंने एक मांग करी जो विचित्र थी। अभी तक सुना था कि व्यक्ति का अधिकार है कि वो जाता था सर्वोच्च न्यायालय और उच्च न्यायालय। ये 14 दल गए, जिसमें प्रमुखता से कौन कौन है ये मैं आपसे साझा करना चाहूंगा। भ्रष्टाचार की जननी जिसने इस देश को दशकों से लूटा है वो कांग्रेस पार्टी। सोनिया गांधी, राहुल गांधी, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा, 3 सदस्य एक परिवार के जो भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप में बेल पे बाहर हैं वो। दूसरा, जमीन दो नौकरी लो। जानवरों का चारा खा जाते हैं लालू प्रसाद यादव की आरजेडी, गुलाबी गड्डियों में जिनके मंत्री पाए जाते हैं ममता बनर्जी की तृणमूल कांग्रेस, कट्टर ईमानदार का सर्टिफिकेट देने वाले और जिनके पूर्व उप मुख्यमंत्री कट्टर बेईमान पाए गए और बेल नहीं मिल रही है, और दूसरे मंत्री करीब करीब 10 महीने से जेल में है, उनको भी बेल नहीं मिली। वो पापी आप बीआरएस के कविता का भ्रष्टाचार पूछताछ में हमने देखा किस तरह से घबरा रहे हैं कि जांच एजेंसी अपना काम ना करे, और उनके साथ एनसीपी, डीएमके, उद्धव पार्टी, जेएमएम, जेडीयू, समाजवादी पार्टी, नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस, सीपीआई 14 दल। यह बताना इसलिए आवश्यक था कि आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने 3 न्यायाधीशों की यह बेंच थी जिसमें चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया हेड कर रहे थे ये बेंच, और उन्होंने जो टिप्पणी करी और इस याचिका को निरस्त किया, तो क्या कह के किया? यह हर नागरिक के लिए गर्व की बात है कि इस देश में इतना मजबूत लोकतंत्र है जहां एक तरफ भ्रष्टाचारी हैं जिनके शब्दों का ना वजन है ना मूल्य है, और दूसरी तरफ हमारे सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का पवित्र फैसला है। एक तरफ भ्रष्टाचारी, दूसरी तरफ जनता, एक तरफ ये भ्रष्टाचारी दल, दूसरी तरफ एक ईमानदार प्रधानमंत्री और जांच एजेंसी। तो आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो कहा, सबसे पहले उन्होंने कहा कि अगर आप नेता भी हैं तो आपको कोई अधिकार नहीं है कि आपके लिए अलग कानून होगा। कानून सबके लिए बराबर है और कानून की नजर में हर व्यक्ति बराबर है। कानून सबके लिए बराबर है और कानून की नजर में हर व्यक्ति बराबर है, इसलिए हम आपकी याचिका को एंटरटेन नहीं करेंगे। दूसरी बात उन्होंने यह भी कही कि क्या हम इस तरह के कोई दिशा निर्देश दे सकते हैं जो कि अपने आप में एक नई कैटेगरी बना देंगे कि आम जनता के लिए कानून अलग है और नेताओं के लिए कानून अलग है। और इसका जो निष्कर्ष और निचोड़ है वो बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण है। आप सब जानते हैं कि जब कांग्रेस की सरकार थी तो सीबीआई, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा था कि पिंजरे का तोता है। आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जब इस याचिका को निरस्त किया, रद्द किया, तो एक बात स्पष्ट हो गई कि जो बात विपक्षी दल, ये सारे प्रथम दृष्टया भ्रष्टाचारी नेता चीख चीख के कहते हैं, उसमें सच्चाई नहीं है, बल्कि सीबीआई, ईडी, जो भी जांच एजेंसी है, वो अपना काम न्याय संगत तरीके से, कानूनी तरीके से, संविधान के तहत कर रही है। दूसरी जो बड़ी बात आई, एक भाव भारतीय जनता पार्टी में हमारे सबके आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है वीवीआईपी कल्चर नहीं है, सब नागरिक बराबर हैं, सबका हक बराबर है। और एक भाव है इन भ्रष्टाचारियों के मन में कि मैं कानून से ऊपर, संविधान से ऊपर, जनता से ऊपर, लोकतंत्र से ऊपर, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय से ऊपर। तो आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने बताया आप भी आम आदमी की तरह हैं, आपके लिए कोई स्पेशल लॉ नहीं हो सकता है। और इसके साथ साथ एक बात और स्पष्ट कर दे, जब श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार, जांच एजेंसियां अपना काम कर रही हैं और जनता जानती है हमारी पॉलिसी है जीरो टॉलरेंस फॉर करप्शन, तो आज यह स्पष्ट हो गया है अगर किसी भ्रष्टाचारी को यह गलत फहमी है कि वो भ्रष्टाचार करके बच जाएगा, कानून का लंबा हाथ उसकी गर्दन तक नहीं पहुंचेगा, तो मोदी जी की सरकार में यह संभव नहीं है। भ्रष्टाचार करोगे तो जेल भी जाओगे, और भ्रष्टाचार करोगे एक एक रुपया जनता का वसूला जाएगा। और बहुत हर्ष की बात है हर नागरिक के लिए कि जिस तरह से ओछी घटिया राजनीति, जिस तरह से आक्षेप लगाए जा रहे थे केवल जांच एजेंसियों पे नहीं बल्कि सरकार पर, तो आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का ये जो पवित्र फैसला आया है ये दर्शाता है किस तरह से खाता न बही देश का सर्वोच्च न्यायालय जो कहे वो ही सही। मोहर लग जाती है सरकार के काम पर, और ये झटका जो लगा है ये इतना करारा था। मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहूंगा कांग्रेस पार्टी की और जो 13 दल हैं उनकी अगुवाई, पेशे से वरिष्ठ वकील हैं, उनका सम्मान है, कांग्रेस के नेता भी हैं, डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी कर रहे थे। बाहर आप चीख चिल्ला सकते हैं, बिना तथ्यों के झूठ बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन न्यायालय के अंदर इनकी दलील नहीं बची तो इस याचिका को उन्होंने विड्रॉ किया, वापस लिया। यह सवाल हर नागरिक आज पूछ रहा है, गली मोहल्ले में शोर मचाते हो, झूठ बोलते हो, जब न्याय के मंदिर के सामने अपनी दलील रखने की बारी आई तो यह याचिका विड्रॉ क्यों करनी पड़ी? इस सवाल का उत्तर चाहे वो कांग्रेस पार्टी हो, चाहे वो पापी आप हो, चाहे सारे भ्रष्टाचारी दल जो मैंने बताया जिन्होंने जनता की कमाई को लूटा है, उनको ये उत्तर जरूर देना चाहिए। और मैं इतना ही कह के अंत करूंगा, सत्य में बहुत ताकत होती है, सच्चाई, ईमानदारी। आप संख्या में तो 14 हो सकते हैं, लेकिन आपके पास यह ताकत नहीं है कि जो एक मुहिम हमारे ईमानदार प्रधानमंत्री जी ने छेड़ी है, जो जांच एजेंसियां ईमानदारी से अपना काम कर रही हैं, कानूनी तरीके से कर रही हैं, उसको आप रोक सको। और आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय की मोहर लगने के बाद यह स्पष्ट हो गया है कि न्याय, ईमानदारी, सच्चाई और कानून वो किस तरफ है। धन्यवाद। देखिए, मैं इतना ही कहूंगा कि जो विषय मैंने उठाया, अगर उस पर कोई सवाल हो तो मैं वो सवाल पहले लेना चाहूंगा और उसके बाद आपके प्रश्न का उत्तर हम लोग जरूर देंगे। बेल वाले संजय राउत, अच्छा बेल वाले, ठीक है। तो संजय राउत को केवल इतना कहना है, दंगे स्पॉन्सर जो कर रहा है वो संजय राउत और उनका जो दल है वो करता है, लेकिन एक बात जान ले, ये महावसूली अघाड़ी की सरकार नहीं है। जो व्यक्ति दंगा भड़काने का प्रयास भी करेगा उस पर उचित कार्रवाई, सख्त कार्रवाई, ठोस कार्रवाई होगी। और ये ममता बनर्जी की सरकार नहीं, ये बिहार में जंगल राज की सरकार नहीं कि अपराधी का धर्म देख के कार्रवाई हो। यहां कानून का राज होगा और जो भी दोषी पाया जाएगा उसको सख्त से सख्त सजा मिलेगी।
Well, there was a press briefing that was coming in by the BJP where Gaurav Bhatia has spoken about why this plea has been rejected as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, also questioning as to why opposition parties are only coming together on matters of corruption. Let's first bring in our legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar, who in fact has been tracking these developments for us. Ananya, help our viewers understand what led to the Supreme Court dismissing this plea by the opposition parties.
Well, the Supreme Court was started to hear this matter and the hearing continued for an hour. But the clear contention, the Supreme Court said that, the politicians cannot be given a higher threshold, the politicians cannot be granted some kind of immunity because at the end of the day, even the political leaders and these politicians are the citizens of the country. And what Mr. Singhvi was basically arguing before the court was that there should be some pre-arrest guidelines when it comes to matters of political leaders, or and was alleging that there was a political witch hunt against the opposition leaders, to which the Chief Justice of India had to say that, if you think that there is some kind of a witch hunt that is happening on the opposition party, the only remedy that is available to you is to go in the political spectrum itself and not the courts. Secondly, for the Supreme Court was very, very clear on its part, was that it can lay down law, but in cases of individual facts. It cannot be that political parties come up. If at all people who have been aggrieved, who have been against whom the law has been misused, come before the court, then only the Supreme Court can do something, not when 14 political parties come up. The very clear observation by Dr. Justice Dhananjay Yashwant Chandrachud, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, was that, the once you say that this is a democracy and you're coming with a plea with the political parties, that is something very, very different. Political parties, in fact, he also went on to say that, that the political parties cannot come out and just seek these kind of guidelines, because they have to be decided on individual cases. And when Mr. Singhvi actually raised the question that there is a very, very low conviction rate when it comes to the Enforcement Directorate, the Chief Justice of India was of a very, very clear view that already in the country, generally as well, the conviction rate is very, very dismal. And the clear reason, about this, Ridhima, is that the Indian legal system believes in one single sentence, that if at all somebody should not be, someone innocent should not be punished, if at all he has done something, he's not done something wrong, and even by the slightest of mistake, he should not be punished. And that's why the Indian cases take a lot of time to actually reach to a conclusion, is what the Chief Justice of India is saying when he said that
because
the conviction
you're
rate in the
innocent
country
till
is already
proven
at a dismal
guilty.
rate.
And the
But
big takeaway, what we've heard from the Supreme Court, as Ananya rightly pointed out, that even politicians are citizens of the country and no one is above the law. Ananya, we'll just request you to stay on with us, getting a reaction from Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
The court felt that this is too large a matter to lay down general guidelines. They have categorically allowed the withdrawal of this petition, not passing any adverse order. I repeat, not passing any adverse order. If we get new causes of action on new persons or new reasons, it can be filed again. So clearly, they have not entertained it at this stage. A skewed non-level application of agencies like, or misapplication of agencies like ED, CBI, etc. The figures published, which the court accepted, showed 95% misuse within the political class only against opposition leaders.
So there we heard from the opposition's counsel, Abhishek Manu Singhvi. What he is also reiterating is that it's been dismissed at this stage, but if there is merit, it can be filed once again. This is what the top court said, that if you bring us an individual case where somebody has been targeted, that in fact will be accepted. Let's also now bring in our guest. We have the BJP spokesperson, Neeti Jain. We'll shortly be joined by the spokesperson of the Congress party as well. From the Supreme Court, we have lawyer Namit Saxena also joining us on the broadcast. Good to have both of you on the broadcast with us. Neeti, I'd like to begin the conversation with you first. How did you first see the plea that the 14 opposition parties had put in the Supreme Court? Yes, the Supreme Court has rejected it, but this is a narrative that we've heard from opposition parties time and again, that how come all these cases that are being filed either by agency like the CBI or the ED are only for opposition leaders?
I think I'm finally very happy that all of this opposition has finally united, even though it is for the Bhrashtachari Bachao Andolan that they have come up with. But it's glad to see as a citizen of this country that this is an issue that the entire opposition has united on. To say that it is only happening against the opposition, I think it has been sufficiently said, including by the MOS Finance in the Parliament itself. And he had said that the ED has attached the property worth 33,800 CR in cases like Sterling Biotech, Malia, Nirav Modi, Choksi, and all of those matter. So it is not just the opposition that is being targeted. And again, the point being, if you are indulging in corruption, why should the agencies not take action on that? Why is it that a personal matter is being made into an entire democratic process and being asked to make new laws for the politicians? Why?
Yeah, that was the point that was reiterated by the top court also and by the CGI also, that okay, you're saying there has been an increased number of cases, but why should that not lead to investigation? We also have the spokesperson of the Congress party, Ashpreet Kadyal, also now joining us on the broadcast. Let's take it from the start, Ashpreet. Considering the fact this plea has now been dismissed from the top court, does the opposition parties, including yours, feel that this was a miscalculated move?
Not at all. In fact, it was, for the good of the people, or for the good of India, for the good of democracy, because the Honorable Supreme Court has said, and I quote, come back with one or more cases with specific instances wherein it can be categorically seen that selective use of the agency is being done. So therefore, just because, we had to withdraw the petition does not mean that it's all over. Number two, 14 opposition parties that have 42.5% of India's votes cast to them in 2019 elections. And, so many parties from all over India mean something. And we also quoted statistics which do have a lot of relevance in the political world.
But those statistics, one sec, Ashpreet, you're somebody who understands the law better than me. I'm just looking at what the CGI said. Even on those statistics that were quoted by Abhishek Manu Singhvi, he went on to say that there has been some 600% rise in cases that have been filed. The CGI himself said that just because there has been an increase of cases, why should the investigation not happen? And the counter here by the BJP coming in is that if more cases are being filed, that means the work that is being done by the agencies is also a lot more. Keeping that aside, when you speak about 14 opposition parties coming together, today the criticism is that usually on most subjects, this is a fractured opposition. How come only on issues of corruption we see the opposition together?
Not at all. This is not the only aspect on which the opposition gets together. But as a matter of fact, all the opposition parties in India have been subjected to cases by IT, ED, CBI, SEBI. Mamata Banerjee's nephew Abhishek Banerjee, M.K. Stalin's daughter, Sharad Pawar, Arvind Kejriwal, Charanjit Channi, and many more leaders. However, allegedly, there's not even a single leader of the BJP who has a single ED case pending against them. But I don't understand what detergent powder or washing machine does the BJP have, due to which they're able to induct leaders with, ITED cases, Narayan Rane, Mukul Roy, Suvendu Adhikari, and many more leaders. I can go on and on. Number two, you said that the cases have increased. Yes, the raids have increased, the cases have increased. However, the conviction rate has gone down. ED's conviction rate allegedly is 0.05%.
And the CGI said that in cases like this, if you understand the legal system, the conviction rate is dismal. I'm only quoting what the CGI said, but going back to Neeti, one second, Neeti. But even though the plea has been dismissed, we heard this from Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and this is what the Congress spokesperson is also saying, it's not all over. As of now, it's been dismissed, so they have withdrawn the plea. But at a later stage, if they do find cases of individuals being targeted, they can re-approach the Supreme Court. But as far as these number of cases from opposition parties are concerned, they are saying that yes, okay, the agencies are working, more cases are being filed, but how come 95% of these cases are only related to opposition leaders? That's where the problem is, not questioning the intent of the agencies, but as to who is being targeted.
All right. So first of all, I don't think you needed the Supreme Court to tell you that you could approach the courts with individual cases in any case. If you think you are being wronged, if you think that the cases that are being filed are not right, or they lack sufficient facts and figures, you could anyway go to the court, and which is what the Supreme Court has again said, that you cannot come to us collectively to change the entire system. You can come back to us with individual cases, and that has always been the system. So I don't see anything wrong in that. And the question that you are asking me about why the increase in cases, I think the question that needs to be asked is that earlier in the UPA era, we saw rampant corruption going on. Why were not enough cases not being filed then? Why was it that all of these corrupt people and these guys wanted to bring in an entire law to not get the convicted MP or MLA be suspended immediately? And this was what the Congress was doing. So I think a more appropriate question to ask is, why was action not taken earlier when rampant corruption was visible to every citizen in this country, from Congress's Colgate to CWG to Chara Ghotala to whatnot? And no matter what you quote, all the names that Mr. Kadyal has taken, I am waiting for them to go to the courts and show us the facts and figures. Tell us you are innocent, and we'd be more than happy about that as citizens of this country. But unless you go to the court, which you don't do because you know those facts and figures are going to go against you. You go collectively united to the Supreme Court to change the entire law. And that remains the problem. And this is all happening because of Rahul Gandhi.
So
this
the
is
point that the
basically a
BJP is
personal fight.
making, that why are you making a legal fight into a political one? If you feel that there is no charge against you, why don't you take it up legally? And if the investigation doesn't find anything, then you will have a larger point to prove. But I want to bring in Namit also in the conversation, who's been patiently waiting. Namit, we do know that the plea has been dismissed at this stage. The opposition has withdrawn it as well. But I just want to understand, considering the fact what we heard from Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who was the counsel representing the opposition, the point that they were making was that the number of cases have increased manifold times from what we had seen in the past. 95% of them are opposition leaders. Is that enough to prove your case, even going forward? Just the fact that number of cases have increased.
No, that is highly insufficient. See, this plea was completely misconceived. You can't go to the Supreme Court and say, please pass a blanket order and protect us from all investigations whatsoever from these two investigating agencies. Can it ever be done? See, you can't define who is a political leader. Tomorrow, all Mandal Adhyaksh and Jila Adhyaksh and Sarpanch and everybody will come and say, we are political leaders. We can't be investigated by CBI and Enforcement Directorate. Can it ever be done by a blanket order of the Supreme Court? Even if 14 political parties unite or 200 political parties unite, it just can't be done. There can't be a writ issued like this. This is as basic as this. And another thing, they have withdrawn it now. So withdrawal would mean non-est in the eyes of law, as it does not exist in the eyes of law. So they can't, go to the Supreme Court again with a similar plea now. So they have, restricted themselves to that extent till, there is some new fact or discovery of some new fact or some law is there, they can only approach then. Otherwise they have restricted themselves to that extent. The Supreme Court can't issue a writ like this. It's as basic as this. This plea was completely misconceived.
Okay,
This data
Ashpreet, I know you want to come in. I'll give you final 30 seconds. So Namit is saying that you yourself have only miscalculated this entire move, even as far as your future prospects are concerned.
Wrong. It's very wrong to say that because the petition has been withdrawn. As a matter of fact, just to tell the person who spoke before me, the same petition can be filed again. There is no bar at all whatsoever on refiling this petition.
Okay.
However, it's a smarter move because it has been suggested by the Honorable Court that you can come back with one or more cases when there's a specific instance in order to suggest that there's been selective usage. Now, the fact of the matter is, that 23 convictions, yes, they say that a lot of raids are happening, a lot of action is happening, but if you are taking so much, if you're, you've been initiating so much action, raiding so much, so conviction itni kam kyun hai?
Actually, I'm looking at the CBI conviction rate, Ashpreet, I'm just looking at the CBI conviction rate. Actually, over the last couple of years, it's only gone up. It's been at a steady 60 to 65%. I'm looking at 2020 and 2021 also. It's close to 68% as well.
I'll suggest you one thing. See, number one, compare it with the data under UPA and compare it with the data of the Bharatiya Janata Party's time. You'll figure out the data. May I please complete? Number two, prevention of, I have the last point to make. Under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, there have only been 23 convictions, 2014 to 2023. 24, one second. 23 convictions, therefore meaning what? That so many people are being acquitted. The process becomes the punishment. The process becomes the punishment.
So the
for people.
opposition
That
still saying that
go.
it's not just the number of cases that have increased in the targeting of the opposition leaders, but what's actually coming out of those cases, because they believe that the conviction rate is still extremely low. But as of now, the Supreme Court has dismissed this. They've said if you can find an individual case at a later stage, they can come back. Unfortunately, I'll have to leave that conversation there. Like to thank our guests. We're slipping into a very short break, coming back with lots more.
Subversive in nature and not a personal grudge. What is worrying are, the patterns and the dimensions in which how it is changing. Perhaps there are no more use of high-intensity explosive material that is being replaced by other kind of inflammable products which might be readily available and for any kind of activity like this. It is a worrisome nature. Probably it is not easy for any security agency to prevent every attack like this. But where the radicalization is taking place, why people are moving towards certain elements are moving towards that kind of direction. It requires a thorough investigation.
Shahrukh Saifi is the one who set his co-passengers on fire in a Kerala train, and now he has been nabbed by the police. He was absconding and now he has been nabbed in Ratnagiri. He was at a civil hospital in Ratnagiri where he was undergoing treatment for his injuries. And now he has been nabbed by the police. Remember, he was the one who had set his co-passengers on fire in a Kerala train, and two of them even died. A woman and a 2-year-old child even died in that incident while jumping off the train. And now the accused has been nabbed in Ratnagiri by the police. CNN News 18's Anvit is joining us to give us more details on this. Anvit, can you tell us more about Shahrukh, who has now been nabbed by the police in Ratnagiri?
See, it is being said that it was in the intervening night of 4th and 5th April that Shahrukh Saifi, who was the prime accused as per the Kerala police, he has been arrested. It was a joint team of Central Intelligence and Maharashtra ATS that have managed to nab Saifi. And he had been absconding ever since the incident took place on Sunday, where he had allegedly sprayed some inflammable liquid on the passengers of the train and then had set them afire. Now, yesterday his location was traced to Ratnagiri, and inquiries at the hospital in Ratnagiri revealed that Shahrukh was at Ratnagiri Civil Hospital for his treatment for the injuries that he had received, because he had, while escaping, he had jumped out of a running train, and that is why he had received some injuries, and he was getting treatment at Ratnagiri at the civil hospital. But when the teams reached there, he managed to, ran away from the hospital without getting complete treatment. However, subsequently, extensive searches were made for him in Ratnagiri area, and finally, Shahrukh was located with the help of technical surveillance and the team joint operations of the police, and he was arrested. Now, currently, it's being said that he is under the custody of the RPF Ratnagiri, and his interrogation is yet to start, after which his antecedents will be confirmed, and it will also be confirmed if he is the same man, because the police had been making many raids in Delhi, Noida, UP and other areas also, as it had been confirmed that this man belongs to UP, and since then raids are being made. Many other people had also been detained, who had similar names or had any possible connection with this incident. So this man has now been taken into custody, and questioning will soon begin, is what we believe.
All right, Anvit, we also have Neetu with us. Neetu, now that the absconding accused Shahrukh Saifi has been nabbed, what next for him?
See, he'll definitely be brought back to Kerala, because the case has been registered in Kerala, and it's not just the Kerala police, but it's not just the Kerala police that has been involved in this. According to Manoj Gupta's information, that he has been nabbed by the Maharashtra ATS there. So, what officials here are telling is that they will know the motive of this only after nabbing this guy and questioning him on why they was looking into this lone wolf angle also. So on what really led to this, because this was an attack where you were just randomly selecting the targets, walking into a compartment and just throwing petrol on someone. So the motive, as far as this is concerned, will all be looked into only after questioning this person. He has to be brought back to Kerala, because the case has been registered here. The case has been registered by the Kerala Railway Police, and a special investigation team led by ADGP Law and Order is investigating into this. Remember, the police had not ruled out any angle, including the terror angle, because they were looking into all these angles, because they were also shocked as to what could be the motive, because this was a random selection of targets, and the person was not from Kerala. He had previous addresses in Delhi and Haryana.
We have Vikram Singh joining us. Mr. Singh, now the absconding accused in this Kerala train fire case has been nabbed in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. How do you see this development?
It is a matter of tremendous satisfaction that the investigation is progressing on expected and positive lines. This arrest is very significant because it will reveal, number one, the motivation, number two, the radicalization, number three, the support system, and number four, what drove them and how they planned their entire execution and why. Why did they pick up? Because the two accused that have been nabbed till now, one from Bulandshahr, the other from Ratnagiri, goes to show that the planning is absolutely right across India. And what were the reasons why did not they perpetrate anything there where they belong to? Why did they have to travel to Kerala to drive home a message, to give or obliterate their footsteps, or also to drive home a message that Kerala, what happened 6 months ago in banning of the PFI? These are matters of investigation, but the motive, the special interest groups, the modus operandi, they all have to be worked out. But yes, I'm absolutely sure that a wonderful work has been done by the NIA and also other law enforcement agencies. And yes, we can expect even more spectacular results in times to come.
So, Mr. Singh, do you think that the terror angle cannot be ruled out from this case? As in the recoveries also, there was a paper found on which there were different locations also written, and the police suspected that maybe those were the locations where he had planned more attacks.
The footprints are very clear. I have no doubt in my mind.
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Some breaking developments now coming in. BJP National President JP Nadda had an insightful interaction with veteran actor and chief of the Jan Sena Party, Pawan Kalyan. Some pictures on your screens as well. They exchanged ideas on working together for the betterment of the country and discussed various topics of national importance in great depth. Let's also bring in our colleague Arun Dhanta. Arun, any more details that we are picking up or what was discussed in this interaction?
Well, see, Ridhima, as of now, the information that we have that there was a hectic consultation between both Jan Sena Party, which is, of course, the party of Pawan Kalyan, and the BJP. And we have seen the photographs of that meeting in which the state in charge, V. Muralidharan, BJP chief JP Nadda and Pawan Kalyan were present. And in between, there were few stories which came out that things were not in good shape between BJP and JSP. But now, after this meeting, we are seeing that the issues which were there between BJP and JSP, seem to be settled. And now they are they are heading towards the 2024 election. Hello.
Okay. So as Arun is pointing out, a lot of topics were discussed between the BJP and the Jan Sena. What will be the final outcome? We'll keep tracking all those developments. Shifting our focus to the other big political story that we are tracking. High voltage drama continues to unfold in Telangana today as the state BJP president Bandi Sanjay Kumar was arrested by the police in the backdrop of the SSC paper leak case. He was produced in court a short while ago as well. Bandi Sanjay was picked up from his house in the wee hours of Wednesday, leading to a clash between the BJP and the police. He is likely to be questioned over how he accessed the Hindi question paper of the SSC exam and his alleged association with one of the accused. The BJP has called this as vendetta politics. The BR is calling it a case of genuine probe.
What is the latest update? He's going to be produced before the magistrate.
He is going to be produced before the magistrate at house.
Okay. And what is your legal strategy, sir, now? Are you expecting bail?
Yes, we are expecting rejection of remand.
What is the major charges against Mr. Bandi Sanjay?
It is cheating and malpractice of public examination. He is going to be produced at the house of magistrate.
So Bandi Sanjay has been arrested, produced in court. But what are the charges and allegations against him? We've also accessed the FIR copy here on CNN News 18. Charge 1 is the said government is responsible for the paper leak. Charge 2 is that he provoked students to stage these protests. Charge 3 wanted to create law and order situation and a law and order problem. Charge 4 wanted to disturb the continuation of examinations. Charge 5 demoralized students appearing for these examinations. And charge 6 felt preventive arrest of Bandi necessary. So as we pointed out, all of this is as part of the FIR that we've accessed here on CNN News 18 as well. Let's also now bring in our colleague Swastika Das, who's been keeping a close eye on all these developments. So Swastika, what's really happening on the ground? He was produced in court a short while ago. What's happening?
So first things first, he was taken to the court, yes, but he has not been produced before the magistrate yet, because the magistrate, as we are given to understand, is not given his permission to meet Bandi Sanjay yet. So in fact, the area where I'm reporting from is right opposite to the court where Mr. Bandi Sanjay's car is, and he's also inside that court, and he's going to be brought in at the magistrate's house if the magistrate gives him permission. So that's the update as far as the investigation is concerned. But what we have really accessed is the remand report, and this remand report says Bandi Sanjay is in fact accused number 1 in the entire SSC paper leak scam, and this is the first big remand report that we have accessed. It also goes on to show and read, I'm going to read excerpts from that remand report that we have accessed. It says that this is a case of pre-planned and evil designed criminal conspiracy malpractices in the SSC public examination with an intention to create rumors, provoke breach of peace and create tension. Accused number 1, Bandi Sanjay Kumar, Honorable MP, hatched a plan with the help of accused number 2 and 3 to leak out the ongoing SSC paper by taking a photograph of the question paper and then circulating it to create fear among students, their parents, thereby to defame the elected government. This is what it has been categorically written in the remand report, where Bandi Sanjay has been named as accused number 1. And this is a very big development at this point in time. Remains to be seen. All the offences under which Bandi Sanjay has been quoted attracts punishment less than 7 years. So BJP on that ground is expecting bail. And also to quickly add in, they say that there has been violation of the protocol in the sense section 41 CRPC mandated by the court was not issued to the Bandi Sanjay. He was arbitrarily arrested and brought in here. So whether BJP will get a legal remedy remains to be seen. If they don't, then they're going to move the High Court. The matter is going to come up tomorrow.
Okay, so as Swastika is pointing out, there are some legal remedies and options that the BJP does want to use at this point, using all their legal might. But just for the benefit of our viewers, Swastika, let's go back to the day when the examination was happening. The allegations are, as per the FIR also, that there was possibly an intent to create some sort of unrest in front of the examinations and to provoke students as well. How is the police officials and authorities on the ground linking the paper leak to the BJP state president?
Well, right. In the latest remand report, as I was reading short while ago, Bandi Sanjay has been named accused number 1. Why has he been named accused number 1? Because it has been alleged that this is a pre-planned conspiracy where accused number 1, that is Mr. Bandi Sanjay, in collusion with Prashant, who is accused number 2, and also an alleged BJP sympathizer and a former journalist, took the leaked papers and then shared it on various groups. So Prashant essentially accessed the papers, as we're given to understand, through yes, that's right. This is the remand report that we have. Yes, Prashant, as I was telling, accessed the question papers and then circulated to Bandi Sanjay. Bandi Sanjay, we given to understand, the police says, tried to create fear and invoke panic among people by dubbing it as a paper leak. Police says this wasn't essentially a paper leak because the students had already started writing the exams, and the accused, in this case, clicked photographs, managed to get the papers, clicked photographs and tried to circulate it on various WhatsApp groups of parents to create panic. And this comes in the backdrop of another paper leak which had happened in Vikarabad. That was a Telugu paper. The question on which Bandi Sanjay has been picked up was a Hindi paper. So going back and forth, there's been a lot of away from the context. What I really want to explain is the fact that this has become a massive political case. The BRS says that Bandi Sanjay hatched the conspiracy, acting on what the police has been saying, and that's the reason why he should not be spared. The BJP on its part says the accused are equally linked to the BRS, and that all of this, the police is being misused to target opposition leaders. Back to you.
Okay, Swastika, we leave the conversation there. Keep a close eye on all those developments for us. We'll of course continue to come back to you. Let's also bring in the political spokespersons. We'll shortly be joined by the spokesperson of the BJP, but we already have Krishank Mane, the spokesperson of the BRS. Good to have you with us here on CNN News 18. A lot of back and forth has happened right through the day. A lot of reactions coming in from the BJP. The BJP is saying, how can you just pick up our state president? None of this has been proven. This is just vendetta politics, and they will make the party and their head pay.
Well, Ridhimaji, for the case to be proven, the BJP state president has to cooperate for the investigation. Several times in earlier cases also, BJP state president was given notices to appear for investigation, but he cares a damn. He does not visit to the investigating authorities. And here, clearly, the images have come out where the accused number 2 in the paper leak case is seen with BJP state president, who has been named as accused 1. This accused number 2 works for none other than the Namo Frontal organization. It is from his mobile phone has the paper leak gone outside to various media outlets, to various WhatsApp groups. The remand report clearly states the technical evidence of BJP state president Bandi Sanjay, accused 1, and the accused 2 Prashant, who is active worker of the Namo Frontal organization, exchanging messages. There is technical evidence of calls between them and at the same time the WhatsApp conversation. It explains clearly that how in an election year, when government of Telangana is conducting job recruitments, examinations, Bharatiya Janata Party wants to use its full force to malign the government of Telangana. And that is why we have heard numerous times people like Amit Shah ji, people like this Bandi Sanjay and many leaders who visit from Delhi or Gujarat to Telangana threaten of toppling the government. Is this the way? Why are you playing with the sentiments of the youngsters, of the children who are appearing?
But the BJP's counter here, Krishank, is that the BRS is just rattled today. It's frustrated, it's riddled with corruption charges. And to counter all of that, they're using the force of the police and others in the arrest of the BJP state president.
See, if
they've actually gone one step forward and said that the BRS is actually a sinking ship. So they have no political relevance. That is why they're using the machinery of police on the ground.
Ridhima ji, if we are the sinking ship, what happened in the last poll? The last by-poll, who miserably lost? It was a BJP poached MLA from Congress into BJP. It was their sitting seat and they lost it. How can you call it a sinking ship when people have voted us again? It is the script of Modi ji, who is very clean. Satya Harishchandra ji's ancestral, hereditary Narendra Modi ji, Amit Shah and the Bharatiya Janata Party, who do not want any kind of investigations on them or Adani or all their malpractices across India, but they want to cherry pick all the regional parties, name call them corrupt, even though we are cooperating their harassment of CBI, ED, IT. But what about this malpractice of Bandi Sanjay?
Okay.
What about poaching of BL Santosh? I see BL Santosh tweeting this of TRS rattled. Who was rattled? Who was the rat? Who was the mouse who did not come out for investigation?
Okay.
Who was hiding? Again,
we'll try and get a reaction from the BJP as to how do they respond to the allegations of this paper leak as far as the BJP state president is concerned. Krishank, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Appreciate you joining us here on CNN News 18. This is a story that we'll keep tracking very, very closely. For now, slipping into a very short break.
Prevent every attack like this, but where the radicalization is taking place, why people are moving towards certain elements are moving towards that kind of direction, it requires a thorough investigation.
Shahrukh Saifi is the one who set his co-passengers on fire in a Kerala train, and now he has been nabbed by the police. He was absconding and now he has been nabbed in Ratnagiri. He was at a civil hospital in Ratnagiri where he was undergoing treatment for his injuries, and now he has been nabbed by the police. Remember, he was the one who had set his co-passengers on fire in a Kerala train, and two of them even died. A woman and a 2-year-old child even died in that incident while jumping off the train. And now the accused has been nabbed in Ratnagiri by the police. CNN News 18's Anvit is joining us to give us more details on this. Anvit, can you tell us more about Shahrukh, who has now been nabbed by the police in Ratnagiri?
See, it is being said that it was in the intervening night of 4th and 5th April that Shahrukh Saifi, who was the prime accused as per the Kerala police, he has been arrested. It was a joint team of Central Intelligence and Maharashtra ATS that have managed to nab Saifi. And he had been absconding ever since the incident took place on Sunday, where he had allegedly sprayed some inflammable liquid on the passengers of the train and then had set them afire. Now, yesterday his location was traced to Ratnagiri, and inquiries at the hospital in Ratnagiri revealed that Shahrukh was at Ratnagiri Civil Hospital for his treatment for the injuries that he had received, because he had, while escaping, he had jumped out of a running train, and that is why he had received some injuries, and he was getting treatment at Ratnagiri at the civil hospital. But when the teams reached there, he managed to, ran away from the hospital without getting complete treatment. However, subsequently, extensive searches were made for him in Ratnagiri area, and finally, Shahrukh was located with the help of technical surveillance and the team joint operations of the police, and he was arrested. Now, currently, it's being said that he is under the custody of the RPF Ratnagiri, and his interrogation is yet to start, after which his antecedents will be confirmed, and it will also be confirmed if he is the same man, because the police had been making many raids in Delhi, Noida, UP and other areas also, as it had been confirmed that this man belongs to UP, and since then raids are being made. Many other people had also been detained, who had similar names or had any possible connection with this incident. So this man has now been taken into custody, and questioning will soon begin his possibility.
All right, Anvit, we also have Neetu with us. Neetu, now that the absconding accused Shahrukh Saifi has been nabbed, what next for him?
See, he'll definitely be brought back to Kerala, because the case has been registered in Kerala, and it's not just the Kerala police, but it's not just the Kerala police that has been involved in this. According to Manoj Gupta's information, that he has been nabbed by the Maharashtra ATS there. So, what officials here are telling is that they will know the motive of this only after nabbing this guy and questioning him on why this was. They was looking into this lone wolf angle also. So on what really led to this, because this was an attack where you were just randomly selecting the targets, walking into a compartment and just throwing petrol on someone. So the motive, as far as this is concerned, will all be looked into only after questioning this person. He has to be brought back to Kerala, because the case has been registered here. The case has been registered by the Kerala Railway Police, and a special investigation team led by ADGP Law and Order is investigating into this. Remember, the police had not ruled out any angle, including the terror angle, because they were looking into all these angles, because they were also shocked as to what could be the motive, because this was a random selection of targets, and the person was not from Kerala. He had previous addresses in Delhi and Haryana.
We have Vikram Singh joining us. Mr. Singh, now the absconding accused in this Kerala train fire case has been nabbed in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. How do you see this development?
It is a matter of tremendous satisfaction that the investigation is progressing on expected and positive lines. This arrest is very significant because it will reveal, number one, the motivation, number two, the radicalization, number three, the support system, and number four, what drove them and how they planned their entire execution and why. Why did they pick up? Because the two accused that have been nabbed till now, one from Bulandshahr, the other from Ratnagiri, goes to show that the planning is absolutely right across India. And what were the reasons why did not they perpetrate anything there where they belong to? Why did they have to travel to Kerala to drive home a message, to give or obliterate their footsteps, or also to drive home a message that Kerala, what happened 6 months ago in banning of the PFI. These are matters of investigation, but the motive, the special interest groups, the modus operandi, they all have to be worked out. But yes, I'm absolutely sure that a wonderful work has been done by the NIA and also other law enforcement agencies. And yes, we can expect even more spectacular results in times to come.
So, Mr. Singh, do you think that the terror angle cannot be ruled out from this case? As in the recoveries also, there was a paper found on which there were different locations also written, and the police suspected that maybe those were the locations where he had planned more attacks.
The footprints are very clear. I have no doubt in my mind that it is a terror attempt and a terror module, certainly not a lone wolf also. It is a cumulative effect of few people, not very many, but a few people working in tandem in close cooperation. And you have the results, the horrific attack in the Kerala train.
Yasha Kotak is joining us on this story. Yasha, what is the latest update? Will the accused who has now been nabbed in Ratnagiri be taken to Kerala today?
Yes, as per the procedure, this person who has been nabbed from Ratnagiri would in fact be taken on a transit remand to Kerala, where further investigation would continue at Kerala, because the incident is from Kerala. So usually the police coming in from that particular state has to take the help from the...
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Amid speculations on joining the BJP, Kannada superstar Kicha Sudeep finally broke his silence and said he won't be contesting from any seat in the upcoming Karnataka Assembly elections. However, Sudeep made his stand clear over extending support to Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai and said he will only campaign for the BJP. While extending gratitude towards the Chief Minister, Sudeep referred to the Chief Minister as his mama or uncle who supported him during tough times during his childhood. The remarks come after there was a lot of speculation that Kicha Sudeep possibly could be joining the BJP, and there was talks about a threat letter against the actor as well. He said that in the letter, the unknown person has reportedly used derogatory words against the actor and threatened to release his private videos as well. The police now has registered an FIR in this case.
I'm here to give my support to my dear uncle and my respected Bommai sir. So I'm here to render my support, sir. I feel there is a lot of good that has happened also, which is again a perspective as a citizen, and it's got nothing in my connection with him, sir. I have also been in India. I have been a citizen and I am paying my taxes. So when I see certain developments happening and certain good things happening there, I will have my opinion, sir. In that way, I totally, there is no way that we can, as a citizen, we'll be 100% okay with everything in life. But there are lots, sir. There are lots we agree upon, we idolize, and we say, yeah, this is right. That is why India is popularized. India is going up today. Yes, of course, I agree upon our leadership, Mr. Modi. I totally respect certain decisions that he's taken, and as an Indian, I totally respect that, sir. But that has got nothing to do with me sitting here today.
उसका पूरा कैंपेनिंग हम ब्लूप्रिंट करेंगे और उनका बहुत बड़ा पॉपुलैरिटी है और वो आर्टिकुलेट भी है, इसलिए बहुत बड़ा ताकत बीजेपी को मिलेगा. बीजेपी तो अभी विनिंग मार्जिन पहुंच गए हैं, तो स्पष्ट बहुमत से जीत जाएंगे.
Bharatiya Janata Party can influence anybody. Let them influence. The Karnataka election will be decided by 6.5 crore Kannadigas brother and sisters, not by film actors.
A very good development for BJP party in Karnataka. He has a personal acquaintance with our Honorable Chief Minister, and at a very crucial juncture, he announcing the support would really go a very long way, and it will be very helpful for BJP party during elections because he is hugely popular and a lot of youngsters, the women, he has a huge following in Karnataka. Definitely it will help the prospects to revive back and to come back into power.
Joint team of Central Intelligence and Maharashtra ATS nabbed Shahrukh Saifi, who was the absconding accused in the Kerala train burning case. from Ratnagiri railway station in Maharashtra.
When the trains reached there, he managed to, ran away from the hospital without getting complete treatment. However, subsequently, extensive searches were made for him in Ratnagiri area, and finally, Shahrukh was located with the help of technical surveillance and the team joint operations of the police, and he was arrested.
His interrogation would reveal those associates and cohorts who aided and abetted this crime, and they also will be arrested. The arrested, then there will be recoveries of other incriminating material, and everybody who is a part and parcel directly or indirectly of this crime will have a lot of answering to do for the NIA, and then action will be taken, and I'm sure has to be taken against all these people who are a part of the larger conspiracy.
So after the arrest of Kozhikode trade fire accused Shahrukh Saifi in Maharashtra, his father Fakhruddin has also come out and said that Shahrukh in fact had left on the 31st of March and he had filed a missing complaint in the Shaheen Bagh police station. The father further said that Shahrukh should be punished if he in fact has committed the crime. A joint team of Central Intelligence and the Maharashtra ATS nabbed Shahrukh Saifi from the Ratnagiri railway station, and now his custody in fact has been handed over to the Kerala police. More details have also emerged that Shahrukh has accepted that he was with the group that carried out the blast, but as of now, he is not willing to speak on the motive. Shahrukh Saifi is accused of setting a co-passenger on fire.
अब वालिद साहब में पिताजी हैं शाहरुख के। शाहरुख के बारे में उस पर इल्ज़ाम है शाहरुख ने ट्रेन में आग लगाई है, आपको ये बात पता चल गई होगी, क्या कहना चाहेंगे इस पर और क्या आपको पता चल रहा है?
नहीं सर, मैं तो ये कहना चाहूँगा अगर वो दोषी है तो उसको सजा दी जाए। अगर वो दोषी है तो उसको सजा दी जाए।
अच्छा
जी,
ये बताइए शाहरुख के बारे में बताइए, शाहरुख केरल क्यों गया था? केरल
मुझे नहीं पता कि वो क्यों गया, और यहाँ पे जो है जो भी आ रहा है मैंने उससे यही बोला है कि मतलब मेरे काम पे के लिए गया दुकान पे, लेकिन काम पे नहीं पहुँचा वो।
यहाँ से कहाँ काम पर जाता था?
सेक्टर 31 निठारी।
हाँ, काम पर नहीं पहुँचा। आपने गुमशुदगी की रिपोर्ट भी कराई?
कब? 2 तारीख को। 2 तारीख को।
ये बताइए कि काम के अलावा भी क्या वो कहीं कुछ जुड़ा हुआ भी था?
कहीं किसी का नहीं, किसी का कुछ नंबर कुछ तो मिलता, अगर वो ऐसा कुछ होता तो घर में कुछ तो मिलता। तो घर में कुछ नहीं मिला किसी को।
घर से कब निकला शाहरुख?
31 तारीख को।
31 तारीख को क्या क्या गया था?
काम पे जा रहा हूँ।
With the cooperation of central agencies and Maharashtra Police, the suspected accused has been taken into custody, and he'll be brought back to Kerala. I am in touch with the Maharashtra DGP, and further details on his interrogation and all that, whatever is revealed, will be shared with the media at an appropriate time.
The culprit who committed this heinous crime has been apprehended in Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. I thank the government of Maharashtra, their police, RPF and all the people connected with this, including NIA, who have been able to very rapidly, very quickly apprehend this person.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot.